What is up, Predicted Trades family? It's AP here, and I'm about to go over the NVDA play today that I gave out for my daily double. Kind of give you some insight and just break it down from the trader's perspective. So, before I begin, once again, this was a daily double trade. I gave out two today, both were successful, making that now officially 9 for 10 alerts have gone for over a double. Some have been up to 1,000%. I believe this NVIDIA one before this bounce was roughly like 600%. Um, but yeah, so if you haven't seen the announcement yet, I do want to bring this to your attention. The AP's Equity Corner is going to be launching as a add-on this weekend. So beginning next week and into next month, it is no longer going to be free. The pricing and the subscription will break down as such. Just my equity trades will be $50 a month. If you want links to all my charts and all my zones, and also my prep and Thursday night live preps, that'll be at an additional 50. If you want access to my daily doubles, which is basically my alerts where I give these plays, that's another 50. Or you can get the entire bundle for 100, so saving yourself $50. This was the week where it was free. I've been trying to get it out absolutely fire, so you guys can essentially pay for the service on your own or with my plays. It will be $150 starting in March, but because everyone in here is new, starting February, if you lock it in right now, it will be $100 for a month for the entire bundle. So it's just our way of saying thank you to the early supporters. That's kind of the announcement, and yeah. So let's get into this play. So this play, actually, let me bring this back down. This play started this morning when I said NVIDIA and SPY is my focus list, keeping it tight and ready to slaughter them. Then I came down here and said I like 240, 245 to the call side. I see us topping out near the top of the squeeze clouds and then playing the 235s, 230s back down. So this play started with a thesis. What was the thesis? That we could run up to 240 to 245. Why did I have that range? Because of these squeeze clouds. We had the 30-minute, we had the 1 hour, and we had the 4 hour squeeze clouds above as resistance. If you guys know me and you know my style, my favorite plays are to trade as we get to these levels as either support, as we're seeing right now, or resistance, as we saw this morning. So when we got this pop this morning, which for me, I'm actually going to go back over here. I was watching to get up to 239 to 241 was my ideal entry. And even though we had a strong pop, I think the market environment has been pretty clear that we've been selling. So I was very intrigued with this play. To me, that was a catalyst. We're in a weak market. I identified the market trend, right? Everything's about stacking catalysts with my play, especially when it comes to the daily doubles. So Cat 1, we are in a downtrending market. Catalyst 2, we are approaching and now into, once we opened, squeeze tops. Catalyst 3, we are at a key level here and a key level here as resistance. So that's 1, 2, 3 reasons why I want to look short. And then Catalyst 4, Beast was at $2. Okay? And that's exactly where we ran to, and we wicked it. So on this wick that came down to 206, 6 cents off of Beast, I marketed in. I marketed it in because we wicked it and instantly came back down. And let me actually go to the 1 minute here to show you kind of what I was watching. Strong out the gate, wicked it back down, tried, couldn't even retest this level. I marketed in. Boom, I got filled around 220, okay, on all of my contracts. They had some different fills, but call the average 220-ish. Initially, I saw this gap fill as another catalyst to the downside. If we reject this, we would gap fill down. So my first target was 239 to 233. I know for a fact on a Thursday, and especially a Friday, a 6-point move on NVIDIA is going to be about 80 to 100%. So all I really needed was to fill this gap with some strong momentum. And that's exactly what we got. We locked here, I believe, let me check. Let me see. I have this right here. So I gave my alert out. It was at 2.5 I believe, or 2.7 when I sent this, but I got in roughly 2.2. I said just an easy gap fill down here. That's kind of what I was looking for. We got it. I said VWAP gives me a double here. I thought this was, so I thought the VWAP was down here. That's what I was talking about when I sent that. I didn't realize VWAP was back up here. But I locked some up at 75% here as we were approaching this level. And I said struggling to break 233.55 here with market kind of pumping. That's when the market was still looking decent. So I was still up 75%. And then 4.2, I locked all but two cons at a double. Boom, that was on the flush at 8.45, which is 6.45 on my chart because for some reason when I moved it didn't translate. So it was as we broke this. So I knew, just because I know the stock, a 6-7 point move is 80 to 100%. So once I had that locked, I had paid for runners. I left two runners. So I loaded it at 2.7. So 50 cents after my entry, it was now at 4.3. Now I'm just kind of going through my thought process here. I would lock my last two runners if it reversed on me to 2.5 from 4.3. I moved my stop loss to 3 as we were going. I locked one more up at 7 for 220%. And then I had a stop loss at 5 at one point. And yeah, then went all the way to 9, and then it was kind of at 7. It was just chilling. And then that's when I said, I'm going to take my stop loss off. I'm going to accept 0. This week's been good to me. Then we started going to 10, 350%, 12, I think it was like 400%, and 14 was like 450%. So we got the yeah-yeahs started to get going, started flowing. And yeah, that was really the trade. I mean, to be honest, the hardest part of the trade was holding the core through this drop, which really wasn't that difficult. And once I got that, I had paid runners. Boom, boom, boom. I saw a pattern. We broke it to the downside. And basically, we never were above VWAP. We were chilling below VWAP the entire time. I was never too scared, especially considering I was playing with profit at this point. And then I think it was this other drop right here, or maybe in right here. I think it was right here at this level. I locked at this level, 227. I locked some more. I think that's when I locked it like 200. Yeah, I'm locking more at 7, 220%. Yeah. So it was right here at 28. Yeah, so right here, as we got to this level, I was locking some more. Then I left some runners. They were paid, and then you just let them go. So once again, very simple. We had the clouds. We had the levels. We had beast. We had the market conditions. For me, and then we had the gap fill. So for me, this was a very simple trade, and it looked like this on the premium chart. Okay, so I saw as we were pumping, this was going straight to beast. It just happened to be what I had on my list or on my screen at the time. It's exactly what I wanted to do, 230. That's what I called out. So it all started with the thesis and the game plan, if this, then that. If we got a pump to the clouds and I saw this happen, I was going to strike, and I did. Got in around 220-ish, somewhere in here. Rode it, and I locked my first layer up at a double, and then I locked some more, 65%, a double, and then I think I locked some at 7. And then I had runners that are just going. And that's how you catch these big, massive moves, is by paying for runners, okay? So I currently still have one contract left. There is a chance it doesn't get to 10x because Apple looked fine. Apple had a good reaction to earnings. Maybe the market likes it. Maybe we get a bounce tomorrow. I don't know, and frankly, I really don't care. I'm swinging for the fence on that one. I could have locked for 500%. Am I being greedy? I guess. I've also had a great week. That's what I'm doing with this last one. And to be honest, that's how you catch these big runners. That's how you catch these big moves, is by paying for runners and letting them go and emotionally detaching away from them. And that's how I am with my last runner here. I locked another runner here at 219.82. I believe that's when it was at 10. And that was really my target for the day. And we kind of just chopped around it. I mean, we got to 216. I think that's when we got to 14. But other than that, we kind of just chopped around it. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I have no care in the world about what it does tomorrow. If it pulls back against me, I'll probably lock at 200% or something. I don't know. Other than that, I'll just let it go and see if I can get a 10x. But that's really the breakdown. That's what I was thinking throughout this trade. Once again, we raced towards my level. I was like, perfect. I was drilling at the mouth. We've been getting a lot of these pops that open and drops. So it wasn't anything that I didn't plan for. It wasn't anything surprising. And we got got it, rejected my level quickly, boom, entered, and I was just playing to the downside, locking in profits on the way down and leaving runners. It really becomes that simple once you have catalysts and you have a game plan. So that's just a little look inside my head as far as this trade goes. I hope it helped. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. And hopefully we have another 500% banger in the daily doubles tomorrow.